Hi, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Malice in the Mitten. I'm your host, Tracy Preston, along with my bestie, Christine Mulligan. Hey, Christine.
Hey, Trace. How's it going? So, what are we talking about tonight? What's going on?
Tonight, we are walking into a case that's raw, fresh, and painful. It's unfolding right now here in Michigan. The murder of 22-year-old Rebecca Park, a daughter, a mother, a woman just days from delivering her baby boy.
Oh my goodness. This was a pregnant woman? A 22-year-old pregnant girl? So, this is happening like right now. This is not just for true crime followers, I'm imagining. You can feel it all across Michigan?
You can. And it's not just the brutality. It's who is accused of planning it. Her biological mother, Cortney Bartholomew, and Cortney's husband, Brad.
Are you kidding me? And this isn't resolved? Like, have they arrested them? Is the legal process getting started?
Yes, and we're going to go through everything. The disappearance, the online pleas, the searchers who refused to give up and found Becca when no one else did.
Okay, so with respect for her family and for her children, for Becca, Trace. Okay, I'm already like on pins and needles, the edge of my seat. This case sounds different than anything we've ever done. Like, I'm kind of sensing it just the way you're starting with it. So let's get into it.
All right.
Tell me who she was.
Okay. Content and legal disclaimer.
This episode contains intense discussion of murder, violence against a pregnant woman, and allegations of torture. Listeners' discretion is strongly advised.
All persons charged are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Details are based on confirmed reporting, statements from law enforcement, court filings, witness interviews, and public information available at the time of recording. No speculation, only what can be supported. This is Season 10, Episode 1, The Murder of Rebecca K. Becca Park. Northern Michigan in late November isn't kind. The air bites. The forest swallows sound. It is beautiful, but it is indifferent. Some places remember. For 21 days, this forest held a story no one wanted to know. A secret buried not under snow, but under silence. Rebecca Becca Park was 22 years old, belly round, full of life. Just days from holding her son, she laughed softly, loved fiercely. She was ready. She was so ready. Then one night, she walked out into the cold. A dark vehicle arrived, tinted windows, a silhouette behind the wheel. Becca opened the door, stepped inside, and disappeared. Her phone? Left behind, as if dropped in panic or placed with intention. Michigan began searching. Mothers, fathers, strangers. People who didn't know Becca, but loved her all the same. 21 days later, it was volunteers who found her. Not drones, not deputies, people in boots and work gloves with flashlights and hope. When they found her, the world shifted. Stab wounds, a lifeless body on forest floor, her unborn baby cut from her womb. And when police knocked on 2 doors that night, the names they read aloud broke this state. Her biological mother, Cortney Marie Bartholomew, and Courtney's husband, Brad. A mother is supposed to protect her child, but tonight we examine what happens when love turns lethal, or was never love at all. Who Becca was. Rebecca K. Park, born into beginnings full of uncertainty, placed for adoption young, but she didn't fall. She landed into the arms of a woman named Stephanie Park. Stephanie raised her as her own. Birthdays, scraped knees, slow summers, and Christmas mornings. Photos show Becca smiling in sweaters 2 sizes too big, hugging younger cousins, hair blowing wild at the lake. She loved art, loved dogs. Friends said she joked quietly, the kind of humor you lean in to hear. She'd later become a mother herself, 2 boys, sweet-faced toddlers in dinosaur pajamas. She loved them with her whole heart, but life hit heavy. Money was tight. Stress was high. Stephanie stepped in, not to replace Becca, but to support her.
Love takes strength. You know, when your babies need stability and trust in someone, you love to provide it.
Yeah, it does. And it speaks volumes about who Becca was. She wasn't careless. She was young, trying, hoping. At 18, she reconnected with her biological mother, Cortney. Imagine the moment. A doorway, 2 women, the same eyes. Reconnection can heal or reopen wounds long closed. For Becca, it began as hope, love, reconnection, and shadows. Becca met Richard Richie Failer nearly 20 years her senior. Some called it love, some called it complicated. Relationships viewed from the outside always are. But to Becca, it was comfort. It was attention. It was possibility. Soon, pregnancy, a little boy on the way. She posted belly photos online, tiny shoes beside her hand. She was smiling. She was radiant. She talked about names. She made lists of blankets. Searched best bottle warmers at 2 a.m. like every new mom. But toward late pregnancy, she spent increasing time at Courtney and Brad's home, sometimes sleeping there, sometimes staying with Stephanie. 2 households, 2 mother figures, one young woman trying to balance love, need, and belonging.
I can feel the tension, the back and forth already.
Exactly. Life rarely unravels in one moment. It frays slowly first. The night of November 3rd, the disappearance. It was nearly midnight, November 3rd, 2025. Cold. The moon hidden. Becca is at Courtney and Brad's home on South 21.5 Road in Boon Township. She tells people that someone is coming to pick her up. Around 11:30 p.m. to midnight, a dark colored car, often described as an Impala-style vehicle with round taillights and tinted windows, pulls up. Rebecca willingly gets into the front passenger seat. That is the last confirmed sighting of her alive. Shortly afterward, her cell phone is found on or near a 2-track road near the house where she'd been staying. Family says she never went anywhere without her phone, which immediately raised red flags. In November, between November 4th and November 6th, she is reported missing. Local coverage notes a missing person report at the Wexford County Sheriff's Office, and later pieces say her fiancé also reported her missing. She is classified as missing and possibly endangered due to the advanced pregnancy. No one knew that would be the last time anyone saw her alive.
Now you know, everyone listening, especially parents, their stomachs just dropped.
Yeah. Her family immediately knew something was wrong. Becca never left her phone. Pregnant, due any day, no contact, no calls, no messages. The next morning, missing persons reports begin. Flyers, posts, panic. The internet erupts. Michigan moms mobilize. Strangers print flyers at 3 a.m. Search groups form literally overnight. A Facebook comment: "We're meeting at dawn near the Boon store. Wear boots, bring flashlights." A TikTok live clip:
"We're not waiting. She's out here somewhere. Please share."
Some viewers join in real time, names scrolling up the screen like prayers.
And then, this is getting frustrating already.
Law enforcement releases a public statement urging calm.
"We have no confirmed evidence of assault at this time. We ask the public not to spread unverified claims online. We are actively investigating and cannot release further details."
But to the community, it felt like silence. Law enforcement's official stance at the time was public calls for calm and against rumor. On November 19th, Wexford County Sheriff's Office put out a statement saying the search for Rebecca was active and ongoing. She had voluntarily got into a vehicle she arranged to pick her up. There was no direct evidence of an assault, and claims about bloody clothing circulating on social media were false. They specifically called out a new civilian recovery team searching on its own and said that group was not affiliated with them. They urged the public to ignore online rumors and stop calling sheriff's office for investigative details. They did not stop working on this. After Rebecca's body was found, her adoptive mother, Stephanie, spoke to 9 and 10 Up North Live. She said investigators had been working diligently the whole time. There were hundreds of police officers involved behind the scenes, and she felt they had far more information than they could release because they were building a solid case. So officially, police were saying, "We stayed on this. We just couldn't share details and rumors were getting out of control." While the sheriff's office begged people to ignore online rumors, ordinary Michiganders were out in the woods, live streaming their search for a very real, very missing young woman. But rumors spread. Was Becca lured? Did she know the driver? Why was her phone discarded? Where was the baby?
And Cortney, the bio mom, she posted something on TikTok?
Yeah, something with a black background. Her 14-year-old son's voice giving her alibi for the night Becca disappeared.
Wait a minute. That seems very contrived. why would she post an alibi? Like, this is while everything's still, like, coming out, and, like, this is fresh, Tracy. I'm so confused. Is that for real?
Yeah, it's totally for real. So her daughter's body gets found, and she immediately posts this on TikTok like she thinks this is going to cover her ass. She's not very bright.
That doesn't sound very bright to me.
Exactly.
That's not something you do if you're innocent. If you're not only if you're innocent, that's not something you do if you're looking for a family member.
Yeah.
Where's the concern for Becca?
Exactly. Screenshots spread faster than facts. Meanwhile, volunteers were already walking miles into forest. Let's talk about the search. Day after day, cold, wet, dense underbrush. People brought drones, horses, ATVs. Mothers left kids with neighbors to search all night. Strangers donate gas money. Restaurants sent food to search teams. One TikTok caption read,
"We don't know her, but she deserves to come home."
There were moments when searchers stopped, looked around, and realized just how big the woods are. How easy is it to lose something? How hard is it to find someone? On day 21, November 25th, 2025, Manistee National Forest in Boon Township, Wexford County, a woman named Amy Letterman, volunteering with others, sees something pale through the branches. A hand, hair, a body. They call police. The discovery. An autopsy confirmed the body found is Rebecca Becca K. Park. The autopsy also revealed the baby was not with the body, prompting a separate search for the infant's remains. There were multiple stab wounds. The baby was removed from her body. Evidence of violent assault, cause of death, homicide. The world stopped.
Oh my God. And so did my breathing. This is where I need to remind myself, breathe. The baby is missing.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Well, vigils began immediately. Purple ribbons tied to trees. Teddy bears left in the snow. People crying for a woman they never met. A candlelight vigil was organized at or near the spot where Rebecca's body was found on December 6th at 4 p.m. on 21.5 Road in Boon Township. Local cafes and community members in Mitten and Cadillac were hosting fundraisers, including a spaghetti dinner and silent auction, all to build a trust fund for Becca's two boys. Money they can use when they're older. Coverage is filled with quotes from people describing her as soft-spoken with a beautiful smile, excited to be a mom again, and from mothers who feel personally gutted by what happened. People magazine reports that on the day Becca was due to give birth, Cortney posted that black screen alibi video, and she titled it, get this, "My alibi of where I was the night my daughter came up missing."
You gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
No kidding. You can't make this stuff up.
Oh.
Law enforcement separately warned that social media rumors and online vitriol were hampering the investigation and explicitly said they would not be sharing more details because of that. Now let's talk about the arrests and charges. Not long after police arrest Cortney Marie Bartholomew, the biological mother, and Brad Bartholomew, the husband. Now some people they've been saying on Facebook and whatnot that it was Becca's stepdad, and that needs to be wiped out completely. This dude was not her stepdad. This guy was just married to her biological mother, period, end of story. Now, from Michigan charging documents and multiple outlets, they each face the following: 1 count of first-degree premeditated murder, 1 count felony murder, 1 count torture, 1 count conspiracy to commit torture, 1 count assault of a pregnant individual causing miscarriage or stillbirth, 1 count conspiracy to commit that assault, 1 count unlawful imprisonment, 1 count removal and mutilation of a dead body. They have both been arraigned, denied bond, and ordered to have no contact with each other while in jail. Rebecca's fiance, Richard Lee Fahler, he was arrested the same day the body was found, but on drug charges, 2 counts of delivering methamphetamine, not homicide. Bail was originally very high, reported to be about $1 million, but has since been reduced, and he is now out on bond per recent coverage. Prosecutors have not alleged he took part in the murder. Now there's also Rebecca's sister, Kimberly Park. Now she was charged with tampering with evidence, lying to a police officer, and filing a false report. Like Richard, she has had her bail reduced and is out of custody as of the latest reporting. At this point, the homicide charges are focused on Cortney and Brad. As of early December, the baby's remains have not been found, but law enforcement is treating the baby as deceased and continuing to search. In court, prosecutor Johanna Carey says a sentence that will haunt Michigan.
What happened to Rebecca Park was evil personified. A biological mother charged with killing her daughter while she's pregnant, nearly due. I cannot comprehend all of that, Trace. I'm having a hard time remembering to breathe while you're talking to me. This is mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing, but justice requires more than emotion. It requires evidence. Investigation analysis. Let's examine what we know. 1. Becca voluntarily entered a vehicle. 2. Phone discarded soon after. 3. Body found 21 days later. 4. Autopsy revealed surgical removal of infant. 5. No remains of baby yet located. 6. Bond denied due to severity.
The fact that she got into the vehicle by herself, that kind of implies trust or maybe coercion, but because she was familiar with them. The fact that her phone was discarded on her block tells me that as soon as she got in the car, whoever she got in the car with, maybe possibly that was an abduction after she got in the car, and as soon as she got in, they took her phone and chucked it. So it sounds like they were ready and able and willing to do some hinkery. And then the fact that 21 days later, how much, you've been telling me how much it's snowing up there lately. Was it snowing then? That's gotta come into play somewhere. And then the removal of the baby, I still can't even get over that. This is like some kind of, I don't know, this is a movie thing. This is movie shit. Trace, you have my head spinning. That obviously suggests planning or intent beyond assault. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole, why did you wait until she was about to be due? You abduct her, you murder her, and then the baby is missing? I don't know if I believe what you're telling me that the news is saying, that the baby is assumed deceased. Something else even more nefarious, what people do with babies and sell them on the black market and all that, when I can't even go there right now. So I'm going to keep letting you go. But just to say, you said there were no remains of the baby's body. I don't know. With all the movies and all the things and all the craziness in this world, My brain is all over the place with where the baby can be. And then the bonds that being denied for them, of course, prosecution likely confident in the evidence strength, but I mean, it's fresh. This is fresh, right?
Super fresh. I mean, she disappeared in early November, found her on November 25th. They were recently taken into custody. And I want to circle back to some of the questions you just posed. So, correct on that phone, like, who knows, right? She gets in and then immediately there's a struggle. I don't know what happened or how exactly that phone got out of the car. Them throwing it out makes a heck of a lot of sense, but stupid. You threw it out right there where you took her.
Because nowadays, there's so many people, us included, that talk about things like this. We all know that's one of the main things in today's society, right? Is cameras and the fact that they can track you, your location with your phones. So the fact that it was ditched shortly after she got in the car, that makes sense that there was definitely some mischief afoot.
Right, and certainly, as you mentioned, definitely planning. They're stupid, but at least they were smart enough to get rid of that phone. And I didn't mention it, but the phone was pretty cracked, and so I don't know if maybe they bashed it against the dashboard. Was the phone already cracked from just, oopsie, she dropped it? Who knows?
And maybe that'll come out in the case that there's shards of her phone in someone's car, and that'll be smoking gun, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. And I also want to talk about the environmental impacts, right? So as you mentioned, and as you know, because I'm always letting you know when it's snowing up here, we have snow, and up north, they absolutely have way more snow than we do. So that is one thing that I'm going to say is a good thing. It slowed down decomposition. It's very, very cold up there, lots of snow. So that's a good thing.
A lot more of the physical evidence will probably be available for them, because it was, unfortunately, I don't mean to say this callously, but the evidence was kind of put on ice.
Exactly. So that's a win. And I know what you're saying, but we've got to get down to the nuts and bolts here. This case has got to be so strong. And then when you talk about, so there's also preparing for this case for the show today, evidence points to multiple stabbings, as we discussed, but that this child was cut out of this woman while she was still alive. I feel like you brought it up, the black market for babies. What did they do with that baby? Why keep her alive, right? They don't want to risk the baby dying is where I'm thinking, is that they took this baby out while she was still alive to keep the baby alive, and this baby's not been found anywhere. So again, going on that vein, I feel like this baby was sold.
Yeah.
That's just us, hypothesizing, but why has the baby not been found? I mean, police are saying that the baby is dead, but nobody knows that for certain.
Yeah. The baby being cut out of the stomach. I can't even.
It's disgusting. What happened to this poor young woman just makes me sick. And everybody here in Michigan. It's absolutely horrific.
I can't imagine.
Now, investigators continue gathering digital footprints, cell tower mapping, vehicle route tracing, tool mark and wound pattern analysis, DNA and fiber samples, timeline of witness confirmations. This case is nowhere near finished. Community response. December 6th. As I mentioned, a vigil was held at 4 p.m. near the road where Becca last walked. People cry openly. Grandmothers hold candles against the wind. Kids clutch plush animals. A single pink baby blanket lays across a memorial. A note taped to the tree reads, "Becca, we will find justice. And your baby. We promise." Michigan feels a collective grief and collective rage. This one is personal. What we still don't know. These are the unanswered questions. Where is the baby? What was the true motive? Did Becca know she was in danger? Was this premeditated for the infant? Are others involved or complicit? What digital evidence will reveal intent? Now, we will follow this case, every hearing, every filing, every update.
Becca deserved to live. Becca deserved motherhood. She deserved safety. She deserved to meet her baby. This is all very, very sad. And I have a lot of questions and a lot of my knee-jerk quips that I normally do. But I'm going to reserve those because as we follow this case along, I'll give my reactions. I'll give my gut reactions with my unfiltered press, but in all sincerity, I am devastated right along with the Michiganders hearing about this. I can't even imagine.
I know, it's just so awful. I feel so horrible for her family and her friends and the community. They are working hard and putting their hearts into helping in any way they can. Now, we will carry her name forward. To Becca's family, we speak this with care. Your pain is felt. Your loss is honored. Michigan stands with you.
This is Malice in the Mitten.
And we will not forget Rebecca K. Park.